Resin printing is getting cheaper, and bigger. And today, we're going for the big boy. Join me today as we unbox the Phrozen Sonic Mega 8K. See you guys inside. Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. As you can see, there is a very big box and a very heavy box behind me here on the bench. So today we're going to unbox the Phrozen Sonic Mega 8K resin printer. This thing is a monster in its field. 13-inch build plate. This thing is one of the biggest, and honestly, looking at the design and the specs of this printer, one of the most outstanding ones I think I've seen available to non-commercial environments. So it comes with a hefty price tag right now. They recently increased the price to over $2,800. So this guy is not cheap, but I'm really curious to see how this stacks up against the Photon M3 Max, who has a very similar size build plate. So stick around. Mine ships at the end of May. Is supposed to ship at the end of May. So we'll have that in the shop too to actually put these against each other, which is kind of interesting. My resin has, I'm not going to do actual printing in this video as I'm still awaiting my resin, but we did unbox this on the live stream. So this is kind of the shortcut video to, here's all the steps, instead of having to go watch that long live stream of me getting this big guy out of the box. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, or enjoy this kind of content, or 3D printing as a whole, hit that subscribe button and join us as we dive into all kinds of new 3D printing stuff all the time. Also, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button for us. Gets us out there, lets more people see us, and just kind of helps the video on the channel, and I do appreciate those likes. And also, if you have a question about 3D printing, hit those comments. Hit them hard. So let's hop over to the video from the live stream. I'm going to voice over and we're going to talk about each step as we go and get a good look at this printer. Let's hop over there. So this is just to kind of give you the scope of how big this thing really is, guys. So look, that's my workbench. The thing is massive in this box and weighs a ton. And you can see that workbench is 36 inches long, and it's almost that huge of a box. So let's hop over, let's get that video and see me pull this big boy out of the box. Let's watch me try not to hurt myself, lift this thing down to the floor, and most importantly, not drop it. So as I said, it is 40 pounds of printer. So, and just cutting the tape, the Citadel Modelline remover, it works great for opening boxes too. So, first impression is I open the box. I'm actually getting a feel for the box now. And packing wise, there's a lot of goodies here. I love these foam sheets. These foam sheets are awesome for dioramas, different things like that. A little bit of layer grout and stuff on here, and this stuff is great to reuse, and I love that I'm getting a big sheets out of this. So I am going to set that aside out of the way. That is a whole lot of machine right there. I do like that instead of having to lift up, it's magnetic. I can open it up. I'll have the handles will be in the box to install, but I can open it up and I can definitely work in here. The build plate, your standard resin printer, your Pilot One and all that comes with a 6-inch build plate. Your Mono X and your Saturns, which are the bigger brothers, come with a 9-inch. Roughly an 8.9 inch build plate. This guy has a solid 13. So in some regards, this guy is almost double of those printers. All right. So here's what I talked about build plates. That's the build plate. Holes placed in it to deal with suction problems. It's still going to have a really good area to grab so that we get good pull on it. I love that it is a 4-point leveling system. That is a love for me. But I mean, come on. It's bigger than my head. And that is a 13-inch across build area. So just kind of keep that in mind, that this thing is massive compared to your little guys. There's the toolbox. It just fell on the floor. Hopefully nothing expensive was in there. Oh! All right. There's a resin bay. Ooh, great harmonics. That's a good thing. That's a good sound. That means it's good and strong across it. I love the handles. You don't usually see that on a FET bay, on your resin bay, but that is sleek. Now, in comparison to the M3 has an auto refill system. This does not. There are some definite difference in there, and do some large scale stuff. So one of the things I do really like is the doors. The doors just make it a lot easier. I probably will put in the Anycubic air filters, the battery rechargeable air filters. They're kind of a great little handy tool to help with the resin smell. Video coming on that soon. We're gonna do some resin smelling and just kind of determine which one's not the stinkiest of the ones I like. But just looking at this bay and all of this interior, this thing just is massive. This is maybe overkill for even me. So, but the ultra detail, you know, making like really detailed let's hop to Warhammer. Terrain. We could print a extremely detailed Imperial Chapel or something like that to kind of do some really cool stuff. The construction of the machine, this is strong. This is steel. It's done really well. I love the way the interlocking system works. It's very clean. As you guys can see, this thing is just massive for what she is. So now comes the fun. Let's get in the goodie box. Let's see what we got here. The all-important manual. I will have to read this. And the warranty card. So those are good things to have. And let's talk about some of the stuff you usually get with a resin printer that you normally get. They usually send you a pair of nitrite gloves, which if you're doing resin printing, you want. I've had people go in and comment, I just get on my hands, I'm fine. Don't do that. Use nitrate gloves. This stuff can get in your skin and irritate you and have an allergic reaction for some people. Don't get the resin on your skin. Just plain and simple. Put a pair of safety glasses on when you're doing this kind of stuff. When I'm going to be messing with this big old thing, you're darn right I'm going to have safety glasses on. I do not want resin in my eyes. So, let's see. European power cord, United States power cord. You don't normally get a foreign power cord for the United States ships. But that's kind of cool. Funnel for draining it back. And the all-important putty knives. Especially this one. When you're cleaning that FET bay, this little plastic one can be your real big friend. So, sorry guys, I'm trying to go between two cameras. But hey, we've got all this. I'm sure there's some stuff I still need to assemble on it. 'Cause looking at this bag, there's the thumb drive for all the software, Allen wrenches, I have no idea what this thing is. And the bag's broken because tools are falling out the bottom. I have to figure out what this is. Oh, there's the handles. There, that's simple find. And the all-important thumb drive. Now, I just upgraded to Shinto Box Pro because I'm doing a lot of printing, but I'm also going to try out their software and, you know, awesome stickers. And then the hex wrench sizing chart to tell me what goes to what. So, awesome. So, a lot of good information in here. The thumb drive looks just like it's a SanDisk. They didn't even put their emblem on it. Nice 8 gig drive. That's awesome. I'll pick up my Allen wrenches here. And we're going to power this big boy on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on here. That screen is quite big for a resin printer. And it should be touchscreen. So resin printer, like I was talking to Sam, these are great for high detail stuff. Oh my goodness, it has an Ethernet port. Meaning I can plug it into my network. Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, I am going to check the book real quick and make sure there's not some safety thing I need to remove. And just make sure I'm not going to mess something up in the first 5 seconds. So I'm just going to do a quick look through here. And that's going in. Oh, recommended software, Shinto Box. So we're going to be using the right software when we start actually getting to print with this stuff. That will be in probably 2 to 3 weeks. You'll start seeing videos with this getting used. So Shinto Box, I know very well. I've used it before. Maintenance, and then that's the Chinese version. Okay, let's power it on. One big power switch in the back. So no sound effects. Oh, there it is. So, massive machine. This may be even an overkill for me. Oh, good. Volume control. I really don't like my printers beeping at me, especially if it's the middle of the night. It's not appreciated when you have kids that something wakes everybody up going beep, 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 beep. But overall construction, excellent. This baby is beefy. It is sturdy. I love the front opening doors. I'm not trying to lift a cover off and getting resin all over it. Or trying to find a place to set it. When I'm working on stuff. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the handles on before I lose them. So just looking at this acrylic panel, that's a good 1/4 inch thick panel. A lot of printers, they're maybe they're 1/8 of an inch or so, depending on the printer, the covers. I have inadvertently busted one before. Luckily, eBay to the rescue on that one. I was able to get a new one fairly cheap for the printer because I set it down on the floor and I tripped on it. But all in all, now I'm really curious. There's the fan, not too horribly loud, especially compared to the other printers. And I'm going to go ahead and just run a Z calibration real quick. Stepper motor is not that loud, especially considering how big of a stepper motor this has. A lot of the smaller printers, the 9-inch and stuff, have kind of a standard 3D printer stepper motor size. This guy's got a beefy one. I mean, you can see that Z-rod screw is probably twice of what a standard 3D printer is. So, definitely really cool. Now right now, like I said, I'm not pouring resin in it. I'm not going to do that tonight. So the controls look very user-friendly. They look very standard for most resin printers. And all I hear right now with anything going is just the fan in the back. There are two pretty good sized fans back here. That may be a future video where I look at maybe swapping them out to a Noctua or something. Just kind of depends on if they're 24 volt or what, or if I can even get to them without damaging the printer. Because let's be honest, I don't want to take this apart anytime soon. No. It's just a beautiful look. Great. It just looks, I'll be honest, it's almost speechless how clean. This printer won't stay clean, but just how clean of a build this machine really is. The vat cleaning mode is there. Network, I'll have to do that. LCD testing, actually we probably could do that. So we'll bring this guy back up and we'll turn on the LCD, see what we get. Make sure that's working. JD, I am in heaven with this, but I am really scared with this too, because I don't want to mess it up. And yeah, I'm really excited to find a place for it back in my shop to where it's going to live, and then actually get it going. So first build. Oh, this is a good discussion topic. A Galaxy class? I'll be honest, I was thinking more Nebula, but I could be convinced to do a resin Galaxy class, because looking at the size of this machine, this is a single piece Galaxy class that I printed with my CR10. I think it can be done. Same size. So definitely is something that is doable. So what I may do next week is put out a poll. So keep an eye out for it, guys, here on YouTube, of what should be the... Now, granted, the first print is going to be the test prints. I'm going to do those first. But let's run the LCD test. And looking down in there, it's working fine. I'm actually going to grab the camera. Sorry for the dizziness, but you can see the UV light powering on in there. Everything looks good. And yeah, so that's just a straight up standard LCD test where you can see it's getting the information here, it's displaying, I should see the same thing, and I am seeing exactly what I should see. So the LCD is in working order, the printer is in working order, everything looks good. So I am going to have to learn about the about its network connection, because that is kind of a really cool thing to see on the machine. You don't normally see that a lot on printers. You don't usually see a network port. A lot of the filament printers, you usually have to go with the Raspberry Pi and the Octoprint and different things like that. So definitely is a... I'm just kind of curious what our test files are. And it's the Rook, similar to the Illigu Saturn S test print. So, but I'm hoping it's just one big Rook. So, I've got their resin. Like I said, I got 6 bottles of it. It does not look like a bottle will go very far. This is a 1 kg. This is not the 500 milliliter bottles that you would normally get. So, I mean, there's quite a bit of resin there. I'm betting it's going to take 2 of these to fill that bay. Of course, depending on the print that I'm doing, I may not have to fill the bay all the way, but it's definitely a lot to this machine. The construction is fantastic. The hinges are smooth. Magnets all lining up. Even when the machine's just in standby, it's very quiet. A lot of 3D printers that you'll see will be running, they'll be running the fan continuously. They don't do the shutdown, where this one is actually going into a nice quiet standby. So, yeah, gentlemen, I know it's going to be a fairly short stream tonight, but this was the objective, was to get this big boy out of the box. So, kind of my thoughts on this machine is packing, fantastic. Construction, how it got here, how it is to mostly pretty much completely together, is a great win. I love that. 3, the ease of assembly was really good. Once you figure out how to get the packing material out of the machine, it's really good. I mean, all we had to do is assemble the handles, find the right power cord, and do the Z calibration. We're pretty much ready to print. So, with that said, I really don't want to pour a bottle of resin, but I really kind of want to, but I have not leveled it, and for that I got to get some tools and stuff out. Because these Allen wrenches, while they are nice, I just have nicer ones that I use that protect my hand.